Now today is my lucky day. Let me explain to you what happened. People that follow my channel and that follow these videos might be interested in this. This is another action camera. It's not an Anart, it's a light, I can't even read the word. A Lightdow. I don't even know what that word is. Lightdow. But anyway, I wanted to make a really good point. Now, an awful lot of my friends are recording their videos. They have these little cameras. Some of them have the $400 or $500 GoPros, but not addressing this to those people. This is for the people that don't want to spend a lot of money, and that includes most of my friends. So you buy this. Now, here's what this is. You look on Amazon. These all come from Amazon. You look on Amazon. They're usually about $79, $80. You don't know what. They're the off-brand clones of GoPros. There's all different. Some are Anart, some are other things. But I have gotten them as low as $14, $24, and this one cost me $30. What you do is you buy the one that they just came out with a new model, and then Amazon blows out all the old ones at a really good price. So that's step one, is you wait, because the camera didn't get any worse. This one does not have Wi-Fi features. The ones that have Wi-Fi features don't take any better pictures than these. So if you don't need Wi-Fi, there's no point in spending the money. You can get this between $30 and $40 right now on Amazon. Now, I just wanted to back up a little bit because I know we're using these. I'm using it to mostly record motorcycle rides so I can share the rides. These are the original two Anart cameras. I have two of them. They both work fine. There's only one problem with this one. And this is the more expensive of the two. The $14 one is still working great. This is the one I paid $25 for. After 2 years of recording, it started putting at the bottom of the screen the date and time. And no matter what I did to change the function, and they don't give you any directions with this camera. It's up to you to figure out how to work it. For $14, you don't get directions. And you don't get any accessories either. You get the camera. So you always have to beware you don't get the accessories. So let me just explain, because this is really about getting a low-cost camera that you can afford to put on your motorcycle, your bicycle, or your baby carriage or something. And this is really, really the bottom of the line. But these were both under $25. Now, they both work fine. There's no reason not to have this. The only problem is, in my case, I like to have more than one camera. Sometimes I shoot one camera backward, one forward, one on my helmet, one on the back of the bike. I like to combine that for the videos that I edit down and then post on YouTube. And there are about 800 videos of these motorcycle rides on YouTube now. I've been making videos since 1987. That's 30 years. I made model airplane videos and motorcycle videos. But as you get the camera, it has some shortcomings that you can make a lot better. And I'm just going to put these side by side for right now. What happens with this camera is if you're shooting and the sun is coming from the front, everything gets washed out white. If it's coming from the side, a little bit. When the sun is at your back, a whole lot better. But again, not perfect. This is not a $500 camera. It's a $15 camera. And most of the people that I know, in fact, almost all my friends, are so cheap, they won't spend a nickel on a hamburger. So having a $14 or $20 or $30 camera, they'll do it, but they're not going to pay $500 for a camera. Also, when I have these on a motorcycle and I park it outside a restaurant, I never have to worry about anybody stealing them. So here's some of the things you can do. This is the modified camera. This is actually the first one I got. This is the second one. They both function. They both take pictures. Again, this one, for some reason, you cannot get rid of the date and time no matter what you do. So I had a solution for that. You just spend the money and buy a new camera, since there's never any directions. But here's a couple things you can do. Let's just get this one out of the way. What I did to cure mostly that sun issue, I made a little bit of a hood like a baseball hat. That blocks the sun half of the time. I can't put it on this side because when I'm riding a motorcycle, I can't get my finger and glove around here. The other thing is I cut a little bit of this away so I can see the red light while I'm riding, because a lot of times I'm riding and I can't look up over here. It's on the front of the motorcycle. So what I did, I just Dremel tooled a little bit away so you can see when that's actually on there. and then made a little piece of polished aluminum to make the equivalent of a mirror. So now this camera's in front of me, and I can see the red light flashing. I know the camera's on. Believe it or not, once you get one of these cameras, if you don't have one, the biggest problem is you can never tell if it's on or off, unless you have real good vision and you're riding slow, or you have to come to a stop. I want to be doing this while I'm on the fly. I did a couple experiments with no camera, no case, and a case that has no holes. This is a waterproof case. This one I made non-waterproof. By drilling the holes, it gets a little bit nicer sound. With the back off, it picks up too much background noise. So this seems to be the best compromise, 4¼ inch holes. Now I know you'll think this is funny, but I have this pair of sunglasses, and this piece of course is broken. It's an old pair of sunglasses, and I never throw them away. And watch what I do with them. This works on a lot of situations like this. I made a camera lens to go over. Again, here's one. You could put it over this, or this one has the hood with a little piece of Gorilla Tape so I can take it off and clean it. But now I have several of these. I have one that's dark brown that just makes it just gets rid of some of the glare. This one gives everything kind of a little bit of a green tint, but into some situations it looks nice that way. So, and because I'm usually shooting with more than one camera, I can combine them and create some kind of neat effects. But this is, you're probably wondering, well, how do you get it that shape? These lenses on most sunglasses, you can just take them out. In fact, I'll see if I can get this one out. I probably can't now that I'm doing a video. But they bend. Well, I don't want to break it. There they go. And what you can do, you just cut it with a scissor. So there's a creative little thing you can do. Now I also have done on some of the videos I've made, I left the lens on in the afternoon and no little cover in the morning. The only trouble with these lenses is you've got to use a microfiber, and it's a funny thing, I learned this the hard way. They scratch easily. Always use a clean microfiber. So the whole idea here is, and the whole idea of everything I'm posting on all of my videos is how you can have a lot of fun without spending a ton of money. But this is what built up to the new camera. So let me show the new camera. We've never done an unboxing. I'm going to do it right now. Now keep in mind, all of these clone cameras that are under 50, they're actually under 40 bucks. They all shoot in really high def, in 1080. I found out that shooting motorcycle rides where there's a lot of movement in the screen, it's better at the lower resolution. Here's the reason. When you go to load it to YouTube, YouTube is much happier at 720. When you load the really high def ones, it looks choppy when you look on a big screen TV. So I found that doing 1080 was kind of, it defeated the purpose. It didn't make it any better, and I got that choppiness in the road coming by at 60, 80 miles an hour. So the trick one was, if you're going to shoot, you may as well shoot at 720. That's number one. Now, in the world of YouTube videos, this is called an unboxing. You buy the thing, you take it home, and you, oh, I got upside down. You take it apart and you see what you get for your money. Now the first thing I noticed, and this is a big thing, when you buy this model, you get some directions. The only problem is, of course, everything you want to know isn't in here. It's definitely not in here. All of the fine tuning and everything is not available here. But it's in, and it's a nice thick book, but it's in 10 different languages. So the directions are almost useless. This is what you get for 40 bucks. You get a waterproof lens. You get the things to stick it to your helmet. Most important thing, you get a charger with a UBS port. You get the wire to go UBS, and it's in here somewhere. The wire that goes, oh, some zip ties you get. You get 3 straps. You can make a strap to go around your bicycle helmet or something with that. I've never even figured out what some of these do, because and I've done it on my videos. You can look up Anart camera, and I've made custom mounts. This one's like a clothespin. I look at that. But they do have these for very creative reason. Here's the mount that you probably will want to use from time to time. Let me show this. This is one of the good ones, because you can snap the camera right into it, and you'll get all the sound. You'll just be picking up a lot of background noise that way too. So that is useful if you want to do a party, say. That'll pick up more sound. If you take the camera out of the waterproof box, it picks up the sound a lot more with more volume. Anyway, some more mounts. I want to get to the good stuff here in a minute. The side mount, the front mount, the mount to your nose, a mount to something else. And these are all, and by the way, here's the funny thing. If you buy this accessory kit separately, $19.95. So in essence, the camera winds up, and the charger and battery, a spare battery and charger, wind up costing you $10. So in essence, this part of it, this is the funniest thing. This part of it costs you $10. The camera costs $10. So I think that's just the funniest thing in the world. And again, like I said, now I'm going to have to modify this camera because, well, I'm going to show you where. This is one of the shortcomings. The light that tells you it's on and off, picture this is in front of you. You can't see this screen when it's in front of you. It's impossible. So, and it's usually in high light, no resolution. So I'm going to have to do something here. I'm going to have to, before I use this camera, be a little creative. I want to figure a way of that I can see that. And this is a little bit different waterproof case. The charging things are on the side. The buttons for changing things are here. The only problem is the directions are really not that good. And good luck if you're not computer literate like I am. I'm really not real computer savvy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to figure this out on my own the next couple of days before I even use the camera. But I wanted to do this. I wanted to share it. Several people, I know Joe for one, and Joe, I hope you're watching. Joe wanted to come over my house and see how to, he's got an Anart, see how to use it and maybe do some basic editing. And by the way, the edit program that I use is called Filmora. Relatively nice, and I'll just lay that out like that so you can see what you get for your money. And well, you get a nice little thing for wiping the lens off when it gets dirty. Anyway, in the next couple days, I hope we get to check this camera out. And like I said, it's a low-end camera. It's not going to be gone with the wind quality. But you know, the truth is, a lot of the cameras that I've seen, the guys shoot the pictures with the $400 and $500 GoPros, they aren't any better. So, I'm not sure. And the way I check everything, I load my stuff to YouTube, and I go upstairs to my 70-inch TV and look at it on my 70-inch TV in total darkness. And then that's how I decide if I've got the quality that's acceptable. And a lot of videos that I've made, I've just gotten rid of them because something was out of focus or something was wrong. And I think the only thing wrong with these cameras is they do not deal with direct sunlight very well. However, on a cloudy day, they work. In the winter, ones you shoot on a cloudy day in the winter are perfect. It's in the summer when the light is bright that everything gets washed out. And I've never really found a total cure for that because there's no setting in the camera. Probably in a $500 GoPro, there is a setting. Anyway, I wanted to share that with my friends and the people that subscribe and watch YouTube. Good information. And so we now have 3 cameras. And I hope you've enjoyed my little presentation. Enjoyed the video, and of course enjoyed my channel, Windy Space U. Thanks for watching.